Kia orana. It's day number 2 in Teahupoo. Yesterday I paddled out for the first time and I was so nervous and I was literally freaking out for like 2 hours. First maybe like in the channel for the first hour, just freaking out and sitting in the channel. Like I got off the boat and I was trying to see how the wave works, and yesterday there were around 11 people on the lineup, and so it was definitely not crowded, but like very high skilled people, you know. And I felt like this is 100% guaranteed that I am the worst here, you know. A lot of pressure, and then there were 2 different spots where you can start, like from the deep behind the peak and then like closer to the channel, but like the west bowl. But yesterday it was not really good direction for that start point, and like emotionally, psychologically it's easier to start from there because it's like closer to the channel. And maybe like, but I'm not sure if it's less steep because I saw some really nice waves as people started behind the peak, and the drop was not really steep, so, and then they could get barreled after, so I don't know. Let's see. The waves, the swell dropped today, the waves are gonna be smaller, and I hope that there will be less of freaking out for me and I'm gonna get some waves. On another note, except for the nature, which is unbelievably beautiful, I noticed how friendly the people are. Like, this is probably the most friendliest place on earth that I have ever been to. I lived in Indonesia for 5 years, then in Mexico for 2 years, and I stay a few months on the North Shore in Hawaii now, and the people everywhere are magically friendly. On the lineups as well, people are very like encouraging, and I don't know, I heard a lot about the crowds and how intimidating, and I know to some people they're not friendly, but I was lucky, so I'm very grateful for that experience. So I'm checking the waves with this thing now, the right direction, and the swell definitely dropped, but it looks very clean. No one is out because I think it's too small for everyone to surf, but I believe it's a perfect day to like practice, learn, get some waves, get a feeling in like very calm conditions, and start the Teahupoo Surf. Okay.
Yes,
so the south pole and the west pole. Okay, 3 options if we.
Two options. Seating. But we're gonna go sit at the west pole first. See where the set break. If it's a south one or west one, you can see.
So 3 options. If I get stuck on the inside, then what do I do?
3 options. If a surfer surfs in front of you, don't paddle on his way, okay? You can see if you cannot duck dive, if it's too late. The third option, you have 3 options. Go to the channel where the boat is, swim back out straight, like hurry up, don't be lazy over here, hurry up.
But what if I'm here where it's shallow, I can duck dive, and the big set comes?
Okay, the third option, this is the third option.
So So I think for me the hardest part was of course my lack of experience, but also the wave itself. Like the shape of the wave is still very unpredictable, no matter how many videos I've watched before. It's like every time I'm there, like I was there yesterday watching in the channel and then trying to get some waves, and I was so far from the right spot all the time. And then it's very hard to read for me because sometimes I was sitting like in the place where it's not gonna break, but then it looked like it was gonna break right on me, and I was like trying to get away, but then I looked away and back and I saw like, oh, there wasn't actually anything happening. Or on the contrary, on the like I was sitting and I was thinking, yeah, I'll be fine here, and then suddenly it rises, and then I'm like just about to make it in, I don't know, like last second that I could make it over. Looks and feels very different from all the other waves that I've been surfing recently. So it's such a struggle for me to switch back to a short board after living in Cicatela for 2 seasons in Puerto Escondido, where I only used the big gun boards. Paddling power. Oh my god. Teahupoo is a really nice village, quite distant from the main city, Papeete, where the airport is. It took me a 6-hour flight from Honolulu to Papeete. Then it was like the longest line at the security check, because if you're a European Union citizen, like if you're from France or Germany, then it's going to be super quick for you to pass the check. But for all the other passport holders, for American passports and other like not the best passports like mine, it took forever. Like it was like a huge line, and then just one officer checking the documents, and some people got asked. I wasn't, but some other people I heard were asked about their the plan of their journey, their return flights, their bookings, and everything else. A lot of people are going to other islands like Bora Bora or some other islands that are maybe more popular for tourism, and just to stay at a hotel for a vacation. And there were not a lot of surfers. Maybe it's not the best season and timing now, I'm not sure. And the swell was not, like the forecast was not huge. I didn't want to come for the first time to surf it really big, because for sure it's such a challenge to even just get out there and try to get waves and ride them nice. So I'm super happy to be here. It's very distant from everything else, and there is not a lot of things here. So even like restaurants or shops, the nearest like mini market is around 10 or 15 minute drive from Teahupoo, and I haven't checked it yet, but there's not a lot of things. And like a big mall, but big in terms of Tahiti, is around 30 minutes drive in Taravao, and I went there yesterday to get some groceries. And probably it's best if you rent a place here with the kitchen where you can cook, because there is not a lot of like street food, or not like Bali style, or yeah, it's more like from Indonesia. It resembles a bit like just un poquito Sumbawa, like West Sumbawa, off season, maybe a few years ago. Maybe first time when I got there, I don't know, like maybe 4 years ago, when there were not a lot of tourists, and I remember there were not a lot of places to get food as well. And it's really nice. It's something probably that you used to love about Bali and Indonesia, and then it really changed. So, but of course, I love Bali, and my heart is always with Indonesia. Nothing can be better than just be on an island super far away from anything, without the parties, without the fancy restaurants, like smoothie bowls, avocado toast, and all this kind of stuff. But if you like the infrastructure, and I heard that a lot, even like I met a person yesterday, a tourist who came to surf here, and he shared how he didn't like Hawaii because there is not a lot of stuff to do, and here there is nothing. So it's like maybe Scar Reef kind of vibe, but like even no hotels. So it's really nice, it's the best. And maybe I shouldn't make vlog about this because it's too good to be true, and I don't know, I hope it stays like this forever, not ruined by tourists and foreigners.